What if you don't need stealth to beat stealth? France is betting the Dassault Rafale F5 upgrade provides a high-end alternative for future air combat. Welcome to the Global Warwatch Network. I'm your host. Today, we are breaking down the hardware and the geopolitics driving France's new superfighter. Before we begin, be sure to subscribe to stay updated on the technologies shaping the future of global defense. Across NATO today, the F-35 Lightning II is the primary choice for air superiority. It sets the standard for fifth-generation stealth. However, the F-35 requires operators to plug into the US-controlled Alice and Odin cloud logistics networks to maintain the jets, creating a permanent digital link to Washington. Europe originally planned to bypass this reliance by building its own sixth-generation fighter, known as SCAF. But that program is currently in a state of collapse. Industrial disputes over technology sharing between France and Germany have stalled development. This leads us to slide point 1, the sovereignty requirement. To avoid relying on foreign hardware with restricted black boxes, France is developing the Rafale F5. The strategy is simple. Paris wants to own its defense technology completely, rather than licensing it from an allied superpower. But how does an upgraded version of a fourth-generation airframe survive in a sky defended by advanced surface-to-air missiles? The answer lies in slide point 2, active stealth via spectra. While fifth-generation jets use angled shapes to hide from radar, the Rafale F5 utilizes integrated electronic warfare. This diagram shows the mechanics. On the left, radar waves deflect off a stealth airframe. On the right, the spectra system intercepts the incoming radar. The jet's antennas then emit a signal of the opposite phase, which cancels the enemy's radar return. The system also uses directional jamming to flood enemy screens with false speed readings and phantom targets. This is designed to blind the electronic eyes of incoming missile batteries. For France, surviving a modern conflict is a matter of electronic deception. If the enemy's sensors are accurately scrambled, physical invisibility becomes a secondary concern. The F5 is designed to function as a command hub, which we call slide point 3, the Neuron Loyal Wingman. The F5 will deploy stealthy combat drones to execute high-risk missions. These UCAVs are designed to hunt surface-to-air threats and clear a path for the strike creep without risking the pilot. Managing this network requires significant computing power. That brings us to slide point 4, Harmattan AI. Dassault Aviation recently invested $200 million into this French software startup. Harmattan provides an embedded artificial intelligence that manages the drone swarm and massive data flows. This software is built to compress the time between a threat being detected and the pilot taking action. Modern fighter pilots are becoming network commanders who oversee a distributed swarm of sensors and weapons. This requires a high level of localized data processing. To support this software, the jet's hardware is also being improved. This is slide point 5, Kinetic upgrades. The F5 will integrate the new Snecma M88 T-Rex engine. This hardware delivers a 20% thrust boost, reaching 88.2 kilonewtons, giving the jet higher speed and carrying capacity. That power is needed to run the new Thales RBE-2XG radar and to carry the future ASN-4G hypersonic nuclear cruise missile. These integrations are intended to bridge the gap between existing airframes and the lethality of sixth-generation systems. Developing an independent combat system is expensive. Paris is currently facing the high cost of this technological autonomy. A €3.5 billion funding deal with the United Arab Emirates recently collapsed. The deal fell apart because France refused to share sensitive optronics technology, causing the UAE to walk away from the table. This leaves France to cover the €5 billion development bill alone. President Emmanuel Macron has stayed the course, prioritizing the protection of French intellectual property over foreign capital. This is a strategic choice. For France, the long-term benefit of owning its combat software outweighs the immediate financial burden of the development cycle. To manage this cost, France is looking towards slide point 6, the export lifeline. Dassault is currently managing a backlog of 220 aircraft. To meet global demand, the company has opened a new factory in Cergy to increase output to 35 jets per year. The most significant deal is currently in India. New Delhi is negotiating a $40 billion contract for 114 aircraft. This international demand is what allows France to maintain its independent development program. The F5 represents a strategic bet that electronic deception and sovereign network control are more valuable to France's security than relying on American stealth technology. Thank you, everyone, for your time and participation. Please like, share, and subscribe to Global Warwatch Network. Share your thoughts in the comment section below and join us on social media. The links are provided in the description.